Have you ever walked into a room and felt people gently pull away? Not because they don't care, not because you're not loved, but because something subtle shifted over time. As we reach our 60s and beyond, we often focus on the visible changes, the gray hair, the slower steps, the quiet afternoons. We may accept these changes as normal parts of aging, and they are. But what often goes unnoticed are the invisible changes, the way we speak, the energy we bring into a room, the tone we use when we talk to others. Sometimes we build habits over time that feel harmless. A sigh here, a sharp comment there, a story we've told one too many times. But these little habits, they can quietly make others uncomfortable. And here's the hard part most people won't tell you. Not because they don't care, but because they do, and they don't want to hurt your feelings. But today we're having that gentle, honest conversation, not to judge, but to help you grow. To help you stay connected, respected, and joyful. Because these years, your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond can be the most beautiful of all. Let's uncover these 12 habits, and more importantly, how to replace them with small acts of warmth, curiosity, and grace. Nothing works these days. Back then, things were better. You might not even notice when it starts a quick comment about the news, a complaint about the aches and pains. But over time, those small grumbles stack up. People begin to brace themselves when you speak, wondering what the next complaint will be. The room feels heavier, conversations shrink, smiles fade. The tricky part is, it doesn't come from a bad place. It's often a way to cope, to relate, to release frustration. But constant negativity pushes people away more than it invites connection. Try this shift before each complaint. Say one thing you're grateful for. Not something huge, something simple. This morning, the coffee smelled amazing, and I saw a bluebird outside the window. My knees hurt, but I was still able to get out and walk. When you reframe the moment, you reframe the mood, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. And if you do need to vent, give yourself a time limit. 2 minutes. Get it out. Then change the subject to something lighter. You'll notice something beautiful. People will stay longer. They'll smile more. And they'll leave the conversation feeling better, and so will you. Before we move on, take a moment to reflect. How often do you lead with a complaint? And how might your day change if you led with gratitude instead? Now let's look at another habit that often shows up quietly, but can do real damage to relationships across generations. In my day, we did it better. It may start as nostalgia, a warm memory, a comparison meant to highlight how things have changed. But too often it sounds like a judgment. Younger people may feel like their world is being invalidated. Their choices, their challenges, their passions, all dismissed in one sentence. And over time, they might stop sharing things with you, not because they don't care, but because they don't feel safe being open. Here's the shift. Instead of offering critique, offer curiosity. Try asking, what do you enjoy about that? Or how did you come up with that idea? You don't have to understand every trend, app, or habit they adopt, but showing interest, genuine, humble interest, tells them, you matter to me. And when they feel seen, they open up. That's when the real magic happens. Mutual respect, shared laughter, and stories that go both ways. So next time you're tempted to say, back in my day, pause. Say, tell me about your day. You might be surprised by how much you learn and how deeply you connect. If you've ever felt a gap growing between you and the younger people in your life, try meeting them with curiosity instead of comparison. It might just bridge the distance. And speaking of the signals we send without realizing, let's talk about one that's more visible than we think. Letting go of grooming sends a message, I've stopped caring. You might think, I'm not going anywhere today, or no one's coming over, so why bother? But here's the truth. The way we present ourselves doesn't just impact how others see us, it impacts how we see ourselves. When we stop brushing our hair, skip regular showers, or live in the same old clothes day after day, it can chip away at our sense of identity and dignity. Small habits like putting on a clean shirt, brushing your teeth, or wearing a scent you love have a powerful effect. They tell the world, and more importantly, tell you, I still care. I still matter. If grooming feels like a burden, simplify it. Lay out clothes the night before. Set a short morning routine you enjoy. Play music while getting ready. Turn it into a ritual of self-respect. And here's the beautiful side effect: people respond. They smile more. They engage longer. They see not just someone who's older, but someone who's still fully alive. So ask yourself, what's one small grooming habit you can bring back tomorrow morning? Just one. Start there. If any of these first habits felt familiar, maybe to you or someone you care about, take a moment to share this video with them. It might be the gentle nudge they didn't know they needed. And in the comments below, let us know which habit stood out to you most so far. Your insight could help someone else on the same journey. You might not think you're a negative person, but ask yourself, how often do your conversations begin with a complaint, a worry, or a comment about what's wrong with the world? Negativity can sneak in slowly. It might show up in your tone, your expressions, even your posture. And the more it takes root, the more it pushes people away. Not because they don't love you, but because it drains their energy. Our brains are wired to notice danger. But when we stay in that mode, we miss beauty, hope, and possibility. You might find yourself saying, "I'm just being realistic," or "I'm just telling the truth." But what if the truth also includes the good? The laughter from your grandchild, the blooming flowers outside your window, the neighbor who waved at you this morning. Choosing to notice and voice these moments doesn't mean you're ignoring the hard stuff. It means you're balancing the scale. It means you're choosing to live fully, not just reactively. Try this shift. Make space each day to name something good out loud. Share it with someone, even if it feels small or silly. I saw a hummingbird outside today. My neighbor brought me soup. My back still aches, but I slept through the night. And if you're in a group and someone else starts complaining, be the one who gently shifts the energy. That's tough, but what's one thing that went well today? You'll be amazed at how that small reframe can shift an entire conversation. So if you catch yourself being overly negative, pause, breathe, and ask what's still good, then share that. And if this part really spoke to you, consider passing it on to someone who might need a little light in their day. Or leave us a comment below with something beautiful you noticed today, no matter how small. Let's start a wave of positivity together. I've got it. I can handle it myself. These might sound like signs of independence, and in many ways they are, but sometimes they're also quiet signals of fear. Fear of seeming weak. Fear of becoming a burden. Fear of admitting that something has changed. As we age, accepting help can feel like giving up control. But here's the truth. Accepting help doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're wise. It shows trust. It builds connection. It says to your loved ones, "You matter to me enough to let you in." Think of it this way. If someone offered you a seat on the bus, would you really rather stand just to prove something? Or could you smile, say thank you, and share a little moment of warmth when you say yes to help, whether it's carrying groceries, setting up your phone, or just walking beside you? You're also saying yes to community. And the people offering help, they feel good too. Because helping is one way we show love. So the next time someone offers assistance, try this pause. Smile and say, "Thank you, I'd appreciate that." That little yes might be the beginning of a deeper bond. And as we reflect on the quiet power of saying yes to help, let's explore another subtle habit, one that can silently build walls around us, even when we think we're just preserving our independence. It can start innocently. A missed invitation here, a declined lunch there. "I'm just tired. I'll go next time." It's too much trouble. And slowly, without realizing it, your world begins to shrink. Social isolation isn't always loud or dramatic. It's subtle, gradual, quiet. But the effects can be loud on your mood, your memory, even your physical health. As we age, the tendency to pull away grows stronger. We think we're being practical, conserving energy, or staying out of the way. But connection is not a luxury, it's a lifeline. Humans are wired for companionship. Even brief interactions, a chat with the cashier, a walk with a neighbor can lift our spirits, sharpen our minds, and remind us that we belong. If your social world has grown smaller, it's okay. You don't need a party, you just need a start. Call one friend, say yes to one coffee invite, join one group class or local club, even online if mobility is a concern. And if it feels uncomfortable at first, that's normal. Connection is like a muscle, it strengthens with use. You deserve company, laughter, stories shared over tea. Don't wait for someone to pull you out. Reach even gently, and the world will reach back. Take a moment now. Who's one person you could reconnect with this week? Reach out. Let that be your first small step back into community. And speaking of reconnection, there's one habit many of us carry without even realizing one: that not only weighs on our hearts but also silently clouds our peace of mind. Let's take a gentle look at that next. It's easy to carry the past with us, a hurtful comment from years ago, a friendship that ended too soon, or a decision we wish we could change. Over time, these memories settle in, not as lessons, but as quiet wounds. Wounds that whisper late at night, that make us pause before trusting again, that cloud the present with what-ifs. Grudges and regrets don't just live in the mind, they live in the body too. They raise our stress levels, they affect our sleep, they steal our peace. But here's the truth. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened. It's about choosing not to carry it anymore. Try this: write a letter you'll never send. Say everything you've wanted to say to the person who hurt you or to your younger self. Then tear it up or burn it safely. Let it go. You don't have to forget. You don't have to pretend it didn't matter. You just have to give yourself permission to feel lighter. And if you're holding regret, talk to someone about it. A friend, a counselor, a journal. There's power in speaking the words out loud. Every day is a new page. You get to decide what story comes next. Take this moment to breathe, and if there's even one small grudge or regret you've been holding on to, consider setting it down. You don't need to carry it into tomorrow. And hey, if you've made it this far, thank you for spending this time with us. If any part of today's message resonated, please consider giving this video a like, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with someone you care about. You never know whose heart you might lighten just by clicking share. Now let's continue, because up next we'll explore another habit that's even sneakier, ignoring those small health warnings that your body is quietly trying to tell you. Don't miss it. You wake up a little dizzy, but brush it off. Your knee has been aching for weeks, but you say, it's just age. You skip a checkup thinking, I'll go if it gets worse. But here's the thing: your body whispers before it shouts. And sometimes those whispers are your first and only warning. As we get older, it's easy to normalize discomfort, to push through fatigue, to downplay symptoms. But ignoring small health signs today can lead to bigger problems tomorrow, ones that may limit the very freedom you want to preserve. Early detection is not fear, it's power. It gives you choices, it gives you control. So instead of brushing symptoms aside, start tuning in. Schedule regular checkups, keep a simple health journal. If something feels off, talk to someone. And remember, advocating for your health is not selfish. It's responsible. It's wise. It's love for yourself and for those who care about you. Because when you take care of yourself, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Take a moment. Now, is there a test you've been putting off? A pain you've been ignoring? Let this be your sign to take action. Your future self will thank you. And as we turn the page, we'll explore something just as vital: the joy we often leave behind when life gets too serious. Let's bring it back. There was a time when laughter came easy. A funny story over dinner, a silly moment that left you wiping away tears. But somewhere along the way, things got heavier. Responsibilities, losses, aches, all of it made joy feel distant. And yet laughter is not a luxury. It's medicine. It lifts the heart. It eases pain. It brings people closer. You don't have to force it. You just have to welcome it. Watch a comedy you loved years ago. Call that friend who always makes you chuckle. Read a children's book out loud, yes, even just to yourself. Or just smile at your own reflection and say, you still got it, because you do. Laughter reminds us we're alive. That joy still fits in our lives even now, especially now. So here's your gentle nudge. What made you laugh this week? And if it's been a while, what small thing can you do today? Just for fun, if this video has sparked even one smile, give it a like and consider subscribing. It helps us keep making more heartwarming content just for you and for the people you care about. And now let's explore a habit that may seem small on the surface, but can silently turn a warm home into a space of emotional clutter. Stay with me. Your home is your sanctuary, filled with memories, mementos, keepsakes. Every item seems to whisper a story of birthdays, holidays, milestones. But over time, those whispers can become weight. Closets overflow. Rooms feel crowded. The air grows heavy. What once felt comforting can quietly become overwhelming, not just physically, but emotionally. Letting go doesn't mean letting go of the memories. It means creating space to breathe, to move, to invite others in. Start small. one drawer, one shelf. Ask, does this still serve me? Donate, gift, or release with gratitude. Let someone else find joy in what no longer fits your life. Because the lighter your space becomes, the lighter your spirit can feel. Take this moment. Is there one item in your home you're ready to part with today? Begin there and see how freedom quietly unfolds. Now let's turn to something that's less about things and more about time, and how we sometimes let it slip away without realizing. You used to be calm. You remember waiting in long lines, teaching your grandkids to ride a bike, listening without rushing. But lately everything feels slower and somehow more irritating. The slow driver, the loud kids, the cashier still learning the system. You feel it bubbling up, the sigh, the sharp tone, the eye roll. But here's the secret. Patience is not something you lose forever. It's something you can rebuild. Start by noticing. When that irritation rises, pause. Take one breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Practice kindness even in small moments. That slower person in front of you, they might be having a hard day. The truth is, how we treat others in the small moments shapes how they remember us. Not for our wisdom or age, but for our grace. So today, if you find yourself running low on patience, offer someone the same gentleness you once gave your younger self. You'll both feel better for it. If this part struck a chord, leave us a comment. With one small way you're practicing patience this week, your insight could uplift someone who really needs it. Up next, we'll look at a habit that hides behind "I'm fine," but often signals a much deeper need. Don't miss this final one. How are you? I'm fine. It's the answer we give without thinking. Not because it's true, but because it's easier. Because we don't want to burden anyone. Because we've been taught to be strong. But strength is in silence. And pretending to be okay all the time doesn't make the hard things go away. It just makes us feel more alone with them. Asking for help, admitting sadness, sharing vulnerability, those aren't signs of weakness. They're invitations to connection. When we say, actually, today's been tough, we give someone the chance to care. When we say, I could use some company, we open the door to love. You don't have to carry everything alone. You were never meant to. Try being honest gently at your pace, with a friend, a family member, even in a journal. Start small, one honest sentence, one real moment. You'll be surprised how often people lean in instead of turning away. Because when we're real, we're relatable. And when we're open, we're never truly alone. So today, if someone asks how you are, consider telling them just a little more. You might find comfort waiting on the other side of your courage. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a like and share it with someone who might need it too. And don't forget to subscribe for more gentle reminders that you're never alone in this journey. Now let's take a breath together and gently wrap up everything we've learned. Over these past few minutes, we've gently uncovered 12 quiet habits that can slowly distance us from the love, joy, and connection we all deserve, especially after 60. And if any part of today's journey made you pause, reflect, or feel seen, that means you're already on the path to something better. Remember, growth isn't about shame, it's about awareness. And change doesn't have to be loud. It can start with the smallest of shifts, a softer tone, a curious question, a heartfelt laugh, a single step towards someone you've been missing. Every day offers a fresh page, and you right now have the pen in your hand. So take what you need from today, and if this video touched your heart, please like this video to let us know it mattered. Share it with someone who might need these gentle reminders. And subscribe for more stories, insights, and encouragement made just for you and the beautiful season of life you're in. Your presence here means more than you know. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, be kind to yourself. Stay open and never stop believing in the joy that still awaits. Take care, and see you in the next video.